Hey girl, hey boy, hey, how's y'all doing? Today I'm going to be talking about my ear piercings, and I've talked about my piercings in past videos, like I briefly mentioned them, but I've never really done like a whole video dedicated to piercings. I've never had a piercing done besides my ears, so this is like strictly an ear piercing video. You can see my shadows in the background from my fancy lights. I'm going to be talking about all my piercings, like when and how I got them, I guess, and then like the pain level and stuff like that. Before we get started, I do want to put like a disclaimer out there. Everybody's pain tolerance is different. I have a very low pain tolerance. That means that I don't really handle pain very well. Me, physically, I'm fine, but like my body doesn't handle it very well. Everybody's body acts differently to needles being poked in their skin, so I just want you to take that into account. And I'm not like a professional piercer, I just have a lot of experience with ear piercings. So with all of that said, if you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comments, and yes, let's get started. So I guess we should start with the first ones and then work our way up. So the first piercings I got were obviously just my first lobe, and I got those when I was in preschool. For my preschool graduation, my mom said, if you get all your chores done, we can go get your ears pierced for your graduation tomorrow. So I said, okay. So I got all my sweeping done and all my chores done, and we went to the mall, and it was like a kiosk type thing. It wasn't an actual store, and I got to hold a little stuffed animal. Actually, I think it was my stuffed animal that I brought. It was like a little stuffed bunny, and she just pierced my ears. I have had all my piercings done with guns, and this being no exception. I got it done with a gun. I was in preschool, so I don't really remember the amount of pain. I will tell you, I got my second piercing. I have two lobe piercings, and I got my second lobe piercing in the summer of 6th and 7th grade. So, and I'm going into 10th grade right now. So obviously that was a few years ago, but I do remember it. It was not that painful at all. Lobes tend to not be that painful, and then like as you work your way up into like the stiffer part of your ear, that is more painful to get pierced. That may be different for some people, but generally speaking, like people find that the lobes are less painful than the cartilage. Anyway, so yes, I got my second piercing done at Claire's on a level of 1 to 10. When I actually got it pierced was about a 3 or 4, but afterward it was pretty sore, and on a scale of 1 to 10, like the soreness afterwards was probably about a 5 or a 6. Then in the summer of 7th and 8th grade, I believe, I got my cartilage piercing, my first one, and that is, I'll show you up close on my piercings afterwards, but it is this one, the top cartilage piercing. And getting that pierced, I got that with a gun in Claire's, so you know, like no different from any of the other ones. And on a pain, like actually getting it pierced, on a scale of 1 to 10 was about like a 7 or an 8. Like I said, I do not have a very high pain tolerance, so it was like a 7 or an 8, and then the soreness after was like a 9 or a 10. It was very painful. My last two piercings that I have, I just got like a couple hours ago, so I won't be able to share with you like everything. Basically, I went in and I wanted a double piercing right here, but they can't do double piercings at Claire's anymore. I don't understand why. I guess I should have gone to like an actual piercing or tattoo shop, because I don't know. I guess I just should have, because that's better for cartilages. When you get your ears pierced at Claire's, they do give you a full bottle of cleaning solution, and I still have another one from my cartilage piercing a couple years ago, so this lasts pretty long. They will give you all these instructions if you get your ears pierced at Claire's, but basically you're supposed to clean them with using this solution in a cotton ball, and you're supposed to get like in front and back and like wiggle your earring around just so that it like doesn't get stuck, because it has, like, my ear rings have gotten like stuck in the holes before, and I've had to like take the earring out and put it back in. You're not supposed to take the earring out for about 12 weeks, which is kind of hard for me sometimes. I haven't really always followed that rule, but whatever. You're supposed to clean your ears 3 times a day for 8 to 12 weeks, and I guess that's when it completely heals. I do clean my ears. I don't really listen to the like 8 to 12 weeks. I kind of just do it until my ears are no longer sore, because that's kind of a sign to me that they've completely healed. And that may be different for everybody. It may be 2 weeks before they've healed. It may be 5 months. I don't know, you know, like it's just different for everybody. Should continue to clean them after they've healed, but I have not in the past, and none of my piercings have closed up. I've never had any problems, but everybody's body is different, so you may want to clean them even if they are healed completely. I've heard that guns in your cartilage, that's what they use to pierce your ear. It clears. They use a gun. If you go to an actual tattoo or piercing shop, they will actually put a needle through your ear, which I've heard for cartilage piercings is better because the gun can shatter your cartilage. But I've never had any problems like that before. Me personally, I've never had any problems, but I have heard horror stories about like guns shattering your cartilage. If that's something you're concerned about, I would recommend going to a tattoo and piercing shop and actually getting like a professional, like, not that Claire's isn't professional, but it's whatever, it's Claire's. I would recommend actually going to a tattoo or piercing shop and getting a needle through your ear. I've never gotten that before, so I don't know if it's more or less painful. I would imagine for the cartilage it would be more painful, but I don't know. Because if you go to Claire's, you can still get a cartilage piercing with a gun. I've just heard before that it can shatter your cartilage. Yeah, just make sure you move your earrings around and don't take them completely out for about 12 weeks. And I guess that's all the information I have on piercings. If you have any more unanswered questions, you can leave them down below. And if I know the answer, I'll tell you. And if I don't know the answer, I'll tell you I don't know the answer. Oh, one last thing. Maybe you guys are wondering if I want any more piercings. And I do. I want this pierced, this little flap of skin here. I'm not sure which ear. Probably this one because it has like less piercings. And I might get one more cartilage piercing in this ear, like just right in the middle of the ear. I think like right in the middle here looks really cool. I also want this thing pierced right here. It's kind of hard to see, but this like thing right here, I want that pierced. I would also like my nose and my belly button pierced. I hope you guys did find this video informational, and